I don't like it if it don't gleam, gleam in
That's
the
the
hell
one
with the
line I
price,
have
cause the money ain't a
memorized.
thing.
Dang
But
thing.
the dog who's locked in the bang with
Put
the
my
whip
window
and crack.
back.
With
Shit,
money
I
ain't a
don't even
thing.
know my shit, man.
Floss with us. All across the bowl, we turn it, burn it up.
Uh huh. We live? We recording?
We are doing the recording.
All right, welcome to Blab, the show where we play recordings of broadcasters who are the subjects of government experiments. My name's host, and this is producer.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, producer, what kind of tape have you found in the trove, the cache, the treasure of audio archives? What are we dealing with this week? What are the sickos doing to the perverts this week?
This has got to be one of the sickest ones we've done so far, and even just the subject matter will make you understand it's a pretty torturous topic here. This is a very ska-heavy. Ska is a large focus on this particular broadcast, and sick is the word that comes to mind when I think of ska.
What is ska?
It is a music, if you can even call it that. It utilizes a lot of trumpet. I think initially was a movement from an island nation that was then co-opted by American white people and destroyed like many things.
Like the Bahamas.
Similar, yes.
All right, the Baskamas.
The Baskamas.
Anyway.
Baskamas in pajamas, they're coming down the stairs. And coming in pairs, baby. Twins, I'm talking twins.
Twins.
Couple of rootin' tootin' twins.
So this is episode 5. No. We on episode 6, actually. Episode 6 of Blab here, and let's just take a moment to say, pick up small talk. What's up, producer?
Not much. Just hanging in here. What do you think about the show so far? I mean, we've had a few episodes now. How do you feel about them? What are they making you think about the world?
A lot of ups and downs. That's what I say about the ups.
The ups got ups and downs.
I feel like the episodes have been wild rides. I did prefer the pace of last week's Talking Hats episode. A little less chaos there than, let's say, with the happenings, the stampedes at the mall, the entire John Doe Jr. and Scourge situation, legally, Snakesville at large, that's been on my mind, and the obelisk. What is up with the obelisk? Have I already been there? One might ask themselves after they hear about the obelisk.
But you definitely have been there.
Yes, I have. I'm just saying other people might.
Yes, yeah.
Non-hosts, for instance, other people in this room, presumably.
Yeah. I think... So I think that's a good point you made there about the Talking Hats episode. I think that this one might change everything. I think this might take a turn. I know you were comfortable with that pace, but I think this is where things really get wild, I think.
All right, well, yes.
One thing we did want to make sure we talked about before we move on is how the new hats working for you.
You tell me.
Well, I noticed.
Does it look like I have hat hair?
It does not.
That's how nice this hat is. It doesn't even leave a mark. I've been wearing it all week. I just took it off because of the cans. And,
not a good headphone hat, the Sombrero Cordova.
Yeah, but lots of compliments. Yeah, it doesn't mix well with my career. But beyond that, my streetwear,
It's important to have a good work hat life.
my swag game. Yeah, so good work hat balance.
Yeah.
You got your work hat and you got your life hat. So yeah, lots of compliments on the new hat, and I can't recommend Gringo's Swaggy Hat Shop enough. That's just off of Tubular Bells Avenue by Oldfield Drive. You can't miss it, really. It's a place with a big sombrero, worn by a white
It's
guy.
by Two Bells Ave on Oldfield Drive. Sombreros for white guys.
By Tubular Bells on Oldfield Drive. It's sombreros for white guys by white guys. So yeah, I even got pulled over and got out of a ticket because of my hat. The guy actually didn't even want to ticket me for speeding. He asked me where I got my hat. So this goes to you, Sergeant Danforth III.
Hopefully they allow him to wear the hat on the force. I don't know if that's police issue though.
If they don't, write a letter to the host. I'll write a letter to your boss, and then their boss's boss, all the way up to the Sergeant at Arms, Mr. and Mrs. President. That's the sombrero. Como se DJ update.
Como se dice big up to small talk?
Como se DJ big up to small talk. Hasta luego.
Baby.
Grande.
Nice R roll.
Grande. Up to small talk. And we're about to listen to an audio archive recording / experiment gone wrong, what I'm hearing. This is called Ska Fondue. God bless you. Roll them tapes. These broadcasters will have no memories of the words they read.
Hey, is it true about Ska Fondue? I think it is if it is for you.
Ooh, Ska Fondue. Eddie Plinko here with Iggy Peaches. We're
That's
here
right.
in the Melting Pot Studios downtown Fondue Central, Charleston, North Carolina. The birthplace of ska and fondue.
North Carolina, come on, Ska up.
Thus, the name of our show, Ska Fondue, an exploration of all things ska and fondue. And we do it while we eat fondue. And we listen to ska that you can't tell because it's in our ears only. It's like a James Bond title.
Dun, 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 is how the ska sounded just now.
Yeah, we're listening to the ska renditions, the James Bond title tracks. I just heard one by Five Iron Frenzy. I couldn't believe my ears. Have you heard that? Have you gotten to that one?
Yeah. Well, we got big news today for some of the guests or from the listeners. We got big news today for a lot of the listeners. We, of course, got the new fondue machine in today. We got the new pot. We got the new pot in. Do you want to tell them a little bit about the brand of it?
It's by Nouveau Fondue, and they're out of Paris, and that's the #1 capital of fondue pots. If you are looking to get a fondue pot that lasts, really lasts more than 5 or 7 uses, you gotta get a Parisian, okay? Parisian fondue. They're the only ones. They're the masters, and they're still doing their thing all these years later.
And of course it's them, because they love both the sea and the sea.
Yeah.
The cheese and the chocolate.
Oh, I was saying, my mind was wandering there for a second.
And that's what they love, and that's what they're the best at, And so of course they're gonna be the brains behind the CNC Fondue Factory.
Or as they say, Le Brains.
LeBron's. Which is actually what LeBron James' first name means in France.
And most people don't know is that his middle name is Fondue. That's just a classic Ska Fondue gaffe.
Yeah. Oh my God. I ate way too much fondue before the show started. And I gotta be honest with you, I feel like the inside of me is growing bigger than the outside of me is allowing it to right now. I gotta power through the bloat. We all do. We always do. It's part of doing, you know?
Now, did you get that?
When you do as long as we have, you know what I mean. You gotta, you know.
Did you get that at Incubus State University?
Yeah. I drive there all the time.
Online.
Because, well, I didn't have the internet at home, so I had to drive to the internet.
Which is the closest one was at school.
Coincidentally, yeah.
But it was just an online.
But I still did all the courses online.
I talked to a couple of ladies, and they made an exception for me. So I got to come in, and I got to use one of the administrative assistant's computers 5 days a week, and I hung out with some teens online too. They're my classmates. That's kind of cool.
Any tweens?
No.
Any peens?
Couple beans.
Couple peens, no tweens, a lot of teens. Hey, you're listening to Blab Rats.
Keep on listening to Blab Rats, please.
Got me a one-way ticket to Drop Town, and it's got Blab Rat's name written all over it. This is a Blab Rats drop. And now, time for more Blab Rats. Hey, it's me, your best pal, Iggy Peaches, co-host of this show. And what I wanted to say to all the listeners right now is come out to see my band, Skanks for the Memories, playing down at the New Bank Arena on Saturday before a basketball game. You know, we are also going to be playing with such bands such as the Ketchup Packets.
Ketchup Packets Deluxe now.
And the Trumpets 2020 now. And
no, they canceled.
They canceled at the last minute. I literally can't think of any other names to make fun of. The Mighty Mighty Boss Tones and Mustard Plugs. I don't know another ska band.
Yeah, if I were in Frenzy, I knew there's the Specials.
Specials. Yeah, that's not funny either. Okay, whatever. That was enough of the bands.
And you can make them up too.
I think maybe
400 horses and only 8 horns. That's the name of the band.
400 horses and only 8 horns. Named such because, of course, of the many skankers in their band.
And a skanker is a traditional, a person who tries to break horses in urban environments, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so that's the root. I mean, yeah, that's where the dancing came from. That's back in the West when people, and especially before cars were invented, when people all had to, use horses.
Use horse cars.
It's the most common way to get horsemobiles to calm down and act the way they're supposed to, is to skank around them. Like that dance that they do that, and it calms the horse and soothes them and gets them to do what they're supposed to do. And so, that's why that band is so popular, of course. So come out to the New Bank Arena, see us open for them before that basketball game with the Police.
And Johnny Pan's Pan Flute Extravaganza will be there. He is going to be showing off all of his classic Pan Flute memorabilia. You're going to have to come on down to the old Bank Arena for the new Pan Flute exhibit this Saturday at 27 a.m.
On the radio. Okay, so yeah, let's get this guy going. So first thing we got here is we got to open this thing up, and you said this was
No, it's an unusual box. It's the only box I've ever opened that's just straight Velcro.
Yeah.
The whole thing. I mean, there's no actual picture on the outside. The whole thing is Velcro. Can you get that thing open?
Yeah, can you give me like a second, and we're gonna get this thing open. But again, like you said, guys, it's all Velcro.
It's Velcro.
The whole thing is Velcro, so it's just gonna take a couple seconds. I think we'll be able to get it done here.
Sawzall. There it goes. That's the sweet sound of Fondue Radio. This is government radio. This is government Velcro.
This is government grade, type 2, smooth finish Velcro.
Yeah, that is. Is this electric or gas,
electric.
or is it Freon?
It's electric.
It's electric.
Oogie,
Okay.
oogie, oogie, oogie.
Have you charged the battery?
This one we paid for the pre-charge.
Oh, does it have a cord too, or is it cordless Fondue?
It is cordless, yeah.
Wow.
But we also because they're also
Wait, did I notice there's some wheels on there and a little remote
Yep.
control?
there's a remote control and wheels. This is top of the line. We got the charging
Wow.
station battery pack, so we've got a backup battery so that we don't ever have to fondue
Is there a manual?
fondue without.
Is there any like instruction manual in there, or no? Like how to? I'm just wondering how fast can we get this thing up to? Do you think how fast can we get this fondue pot up to?
You mean up to high temp?
No, I meant speed.
I mean, we can get this thing going 250, 350 degrees speed. Cheese speed.
Wow. How much is that in nautical miles
About 1
per hour?
1 to 1.3. It is triple phase. It's a triple phase, several semi-volt interchange with a locking phase meter on the back. And then, of course, that's just going to be safer than anything else. And of course, the body of the bowl. It's handcrafted French porcelain, coating steel.
Big shout out to Pittsburgh Steel, who are sponsoring us when we go out this Saturday for our annual Fondue for the Homeless event, where we feed the homeless fondue, whatever they want, chocolate or cheese, this Saturday from 12 o'clock noon until 3, right by the Bank Arena. So come on down if you're homeless.
Incidentally, after about 4, you're going to want to steer clear a lot of the alleys in that area.
Because it's alley night.
Yes, it is.
Where Kirstie Alley roams the streets.
Looking for trouble, and she's going to find it.
Looking for her knight in shining armor. That's alley night.
6 o'clock on CBS.
6 o'clock. So that's being filmed this Saturday, right after we feed the homeless, because they're extras. in Alley Night, actually.
Extra.
They actually play. Now that I'm thinking about it, they're just people playing homeless people on Alley Night, and they're getting free fondue. And we need to go to where the homeless people really are, and we need to bring the fondue to them.
Yeah, and then on Ally McBeal night, which is the following night, do it all again.
Where we do a Beale Street Classics in the Irish folk traditions.
Hold on for 1 second. Can you do me a real solid?
I hope that fondue's not solid. Is that smelting? Just a little taste of the magic of
And you know what that
flautistry.
you know what those bubbling Irish flutes remind me of? Their patio, Edio Plinko, oh boy.
What's that?
Is the bubbling sound of this cheese and what did we do today? We did what is it called? The old checkered melting
checkered fondue crumble.
and that's when you do 1 part cheese, 1 part chocolate.
And 3 parts more cheese.
Checkered melting pot. And that is our specialty blend
And Oreos. You throw in Oreos
on Fridays. And that's, of course, our specialty blend
during Lent.
during Lent. And now we're going to give it this is, being our first cook. What kind of cheese did you pick out? You picked out the cheese this time, and I picked out the chocolate. As you guys know, we alternate every time. And which kind did you, if you don't mind reminding me?
This is actually a yellow-bellied boar cheese. It's actually one of the only cheeses that you can get that is made from a male pig. And I think it is funky, it is fresh, it is perfect. I love it on the grill. I've never had it in a fondue pot, but I've heard great things. It's a yellow-bellied boar's milk based cheese.
Now, is that cave cured or is that hill cured on the side of a hill?
It's actually cured in only one place in the world. It's on the eastern side of the Dardanelles.
Okay, yeah.
Just by the Bosphorus, I assume. That's
you'd
what
have
they
to.
tell me. That's what I read on the back of this packaging, which is delightful. I see a picture of a fjord on it, and some kind of UFO on there too. Maybe he's beaming the cheese onto the people of the Dardanelles.
It's the only thing that explains it, right? Like, and nothing else makes sense. A man didn't come up with that cheese.
Go fuck yourself.
No.
Ska and fondue. And you don't think there's a God. Go fuck yourself.
I just think that even a god couldn't make a cheese that good. That's why the aliens had to do it.
Maybe the aliens are God.
Well, now you're onto something there. Oh, and my chocolate, yes, of course. Duh. Oh, I did what? My chocolate that I picked out was a semi-dark morsel-based cacao bean chocolate with a little bit of ground pepper and a little bit of cardamom.
Is that a fondue edition or is that a traditional edition? Did you get the fondue edition on that? Because I know they make one.
I actually do the kind of traditional from scratch style, but I've definitely for today I did, of course, but I've definitely done the fondue edition as well. I'm not made of time here,
No, but luckily we are made of fondue goodies. So let's grab our forks and melt this shit.
Yeah. Oh man, this, by the way, is your ska song kicking so hard right now?
I am loving this song. I'm listening to Tom Jody and the Bring Bring Boys.
Well, that sounds fantastic to hear you talk about. I'll tell you what, I'm that's a good pick. I'm listening to a song called Pinky's Coming to Town. Sarcastic spelling on some of those words, you'll figure it out. And that's, of course, by the Skulltown Stompers.
Now, they are the only ska band that is all saxophones. They have no trumpets, no T-bones. They don't have any tubers.
Correct. It's all just,
or Susies.
they run the gamut from a soprano to alto to baritone, all the different sizes and shapes of saxophone you could want, and nothing else. But what really is the kicker, and it's not even the skeleton face paint or the is the rhythm section is also the saxophone player's feet as they stomp. Somewhat like that musical Bring the Noise, Bring the Funk. They're stomping around with their feet, making the rhythm stomp, 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 stomp.
Absolutely. It kind of reminds me of the musical The Lion King.
Yeah, it reminds me of a ton of, they're just like stomping around, just like those.
Lots of musicals.
Most musicals stomp around. Rent, they're stomping up and down and up and down.
It's about stomping around.
The Music Man, there's like a million people stomping in that,
There's that song, 55 Stomps on a New Day.
55 stomps on a new day. That's how you know the sun has arisen. Yep.
And then there's Stomp, Stomp, Stomp. I'm trying to get up.
Yep. Stomp in the name of love before.
I'm trying to get up.
And then there's Don't Stop Believing in the fact that you can get up.
Stomp Thing,
one of my favorites. Jealous you were the one who got to say it. Oh, so good.
What else do we fondue? What else?
So anyways, let's take our first taste and then give our thoughts here on this. For our listeners who maybe haven't listened to the show, we each like listening to our own ska songs and discussing them while eating cheese together. The food we share, the music we do not. Yeah, you fast forward to the 70s, our parents' generation, when they were all sitting around the table, each with their own phonograph player betwixt them, and headphones on, listening to their favorite, Benny Goodman records and all their favorite swinging hits,
Yet they come together around the fondue pot. Because that's really what brings Americans together, I think, and always has.
Yeah, it's the glue that holds our stomachs together, the stomach of America together.
Fondue is the glue in our stomachs of America.
Fondue is the glue in the stomachs of America. What do you have today to bring the dip in?
My wife cooked me some duck on the grill yesterday, and I had some leftovers, so I brought a little piece of the duck in, so I thought I'd...
Well, I returned the favor. Don't worry. What I brought today was some fresh caught Alaskan squid. This is cold pressed, of course, as is traditional with Alaskan squid.
Yes.
And I mean, it's purple, it's white, it looks succulent. I love it when it's the sizzle it makes when it hits the. Sorry, there's still Velcro stuck to the bottom here.
There's a little Velcro burning off. It shouldn't be a big deal.
Yeah, we're just no any fires or anything. God forbid.
Except for below the fondue.
Well, not
pot,
yes.
No, I guess it's electric, so no fire. Wait, is it electric?
Well, the fire is generated by electricity. Yes.
Oh.
But there's a real burn. And what fork did you bring with you today? What model fork is that?
It's the Pro Series 700. It's probably my go-to. I bring it almost everywhere I go. It's the Fondue Master Ultra Tape. It's the best gripping that I've had. If you play tennis, you use it on your tennis racket. It is that good. You will not drop your fondue stick, guaranteed. What I see a little.
I brought my
shimmer over there. What's that?
I brought my favorite. I don't bring this one out every day, but this is a special day, of course. So I brought out my Nike Air Forksman 5s by Nike. Just Fondue it.
Yeah, that's a limited edition.
Air Yeah, it's the limited edition, and it's the Todd Ferguson's a limited edition, like memorial ones. So
Wow.
they're of course they're it's got the orange handle, you know.
Listen, as there were a couple of skewer heads babbling on about our fondue.
But yeah,
skewers.
let's get to doing, huh?
Yep. Let's get to snacking.
Do it up.
Let's turn this snack into a meal.
Let's turn the heat up on this snack. Oh man, look at how this.
That's what he said.
Look at how the cheese and the chocolate swirls together on this. This is
Wow.
You know, they still retain their essence, but mixing together at the same time. This is good coverage too.
Like a typhoon of flavors, cold air and hot air mixing in a certain hemisphere.
So much hot air.
Wow. That chocolate is bubbling at a very alarming rate compared to the docile cheese.
You know, this is a classic. This is like the 7-10 split of the fondue world we're dealing with right now.
Yeah. Will it just not congeal? And will it separate and lead us to have to consume each other's disgusting choices? Or will they coalesce into a beautiful marriage of flavor?
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Unveil the pot.
Delicious. You know, I feel like it has like a earthy. It's like a grounded dew. You know.
It's like, yeah, it's a 1962 Bob Dylan song. It's earthy, it's grounded, it's natural.
You know, it has something to say.
It does have something to say,
yeah.
and I'm listening and I'm liking what I'm hearing.
Yeah, we're gonna grow with it. You know, it's gonna be part of our growth.
This fondue is going electric.
It's electric.
First bite, first taste. I'm impressed. I want more.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do a lot with this dew, or you know, this cauldron's gonna do a lot for me.
Well, if you do it.
Now, of course, we're coming to the frogging around segment.
Ribbit.
But we'll before we do that, we will hit you with a couple of those commercials. I'll be right back with frogging around. Hey, come on down to the opening of the Frog and Reptile
Bar and restaurant.
Petting Zoo.
And bar and restaurant.
Bar and restaurant. Come pet the frogs and eat the hogs.
And chug some beers, too.
And
Hogs, frogs, chugs, and logs.
at the Lily Pad Petting Zoo restaurant.
At Titty Boys Petting Zoo and Listening Restaurant, featuring donkey pets.
With everyone's favorite local clown, Milk Baby.
Don't worry, folks, it's only water.
At the grand opening this weekend.
Of the Milk Palace. And it'll turn your life into majesty. The Milk Palace.
Is it whole milk or 2%?
It's palace milk.
Duh. It's Palace grade, of course. People,
If you see that P on the top of your milk, you know you're drinking royal milk.
people don't know that that's what White Castle is.
And it'll turn your life into majesty.
Guerrilla warfare of our minds. Producer,
Host.
you're feeling like a brain on drugs right now. You know what I'm saying? Scrambled. After listening to that,
I'll tell you what, this is the one that I think my parents are going to not let me hang out with you anymore after they hear it.
you gotta stop listening to your parents so much.
It's true, they're a bad influence.
What have they ever done for you?
Everything but the kitchen sink.
Everything but listen to your podcast.
Yeah, because this, I think, do you think they could handle something like what we just heard?
They survived the Korean War as POWs. I think they can handle this.
Yeah, maybe I'm going soft on them in their old age.
Yeah, this was one wild ride, and they might be using this on POWs in the future. I feel like in my research, it's 99% of skankers are illiterate
And that's why they dance that way?
because they can't read how to dance like we all did. That's how we all learned. We just read a book.
Yeah, called How to Dance.
The Complete Idiot's Guide to Dancing.
That's a great book. Now, they said here that fondue was the original form of cooking. Do you believe that? I mean,
That I do believe. That was the only good piece of information I thought in the entire experiment.
So that
what do you think?
that
Do
ranks true to
believe
you.
it?
Oh, I did a little research, and it's a split issue. Again, it's, some guys out there will tell you, hey, this is nonsense. This is silly. Some people out there will tell you there's a little truth to it. There were small amounts of magma that would come through the crust in the olden times of the Earth, and there were still a few of those around when people were coming to walk the planet. So certainly it could have been possible to occasionally cook over a little bit of molten lava that you got trickling down a volcano by you, or from a small crack in the crust, or even like a sulfuric, hold it over the steamy, hot sulfur bath.
And are there any? Is there any fossilized evidence of fondue camps, or instead of a hunter-gatherer, maybe a fonduer and gatherer tribe?
They're more of a hunter and fonduer tribe.
Okay.
But yes, there's some prehistoric cauldrons, sure, that they think they have found, and with that, of course, comes fondue.
So that old question, what came first, the chicken or the fondue? It's clear that it's a fondue.
Yes, you can't fondue chicken without fondue.
There would be no chickens. How would the chicken be here without fondue?
Yeah, it wouldn't have its purpose.
We've just gone totally Ska Fondue. We've just totally scoffed on.
Oh no, we're Ska Fondue doing it.
We scoffed on so bad.
It's almost like it's contagious. This is, I think, maybe what we're even dealing with right now is the experiments working in real time.
Psychosis.
By exposing ourselves to this, not just the ska, but all of them.
Psychosis.
We're slowly maybe becoming them. And this is, I think, what
Biscotzi.
we're going to have to work really hard to keep our heads with us, so we don't succumb to the experiments themselves while trying to understand the experiments by studying them.
What's your relationship with fondue anyway? And or ska, producer?
My relationship, and I think the relationship everyone has to those two things, are almost like that experiment, in that they are, you listen to it, you tried it, you never want to do it again. Yeah, I listened to ska when I was a kid. Sure, I've tried fondue. Who hasn't? And then I've wanted nothing to do with either of them since. They're very similar in that way. And I wonder if the people running these experiments, they're trying to, they touch on something specific in that part of the brain. I don't know.
The fondue cortex?
Yeah, they're trying to work out something with those impulses in our brains that make us somehow get really into something like fondue or ska for a period of time, and then abandon it.
Interesting. and maybe try to infect the minds of the listeners with a soft brain, malleable enough to listen to ska.
Yeah. Like, if they'll listen to ska and eat fondue, what else can we get them to do?
Yes.
What else would they put up with?
Yes.
Yeah.
Traffic.
High temperature, uncomfortable temperatures.
Government temperature.
Government regulated traffic and temperature.
Government regulated thermometers.
Fuck those guys.
We got skank brain. We gotta skank off. Because we got so skanked out. Alright, due to our scoffed on skank brain, we gotta go on and dip our sticks in our sponsors before we fondue out of here. So, tonight's sponsors, Johnny Pan Flutes, Pan Flute Extravaganza, the Old Bank Arena this Saturday at 7 Central 8 Pacific East-West time zone. Come on down.
Also sponsored by Velcro Town, for when you need to hold stuff together but can't commit to glue. New location at W1 Trigger Stop on the interstate. Come on down to Velcro Town and Velcro something unexpected.
While you're there, pick up a pair of Velcro brand plier grips, boardroom grade plier clamps. Get them at the new Velcro store opening at the Big City Town Mall.
This episode is also sponsored by CNC Fondue Factory, home of the Nouveau Cauldron, the finest fondue pots in all of Paris. Use promo code BLABRATATOUI for a free battery pack on your next intrinsically safe fondue pot, because fondue is the glue in the stomach of America.
And Pittsburgh Steel is the steel of America, and Pittsburgh Steel is the only steel trusted by the fonduers of America. Pittsburgh Steel. We make your fondue pots. And by Incubus State University, online education service for people to learn more with today.
Also made possible by donations from the Scholarly Church of Christ in Ska. Come out this Thursday for our Skanksgiving turkey giveaway and skank off in the lot behind the Big City Town Mall.
And by the Skanklet Kiosk at the Big Town City Mall, where real skankers get their anklets. Also sponsored by the Foundation for the Preservation of Ska Music, the Skankers Trust, underwritten by the Carnegie Ska Guild and the Fonduers of America. Local Fonduers Union 311 and bands. Drive one today. That's all from us here at Blab Rats. I'm host, and this is producer.
Whoa, whoa.
This is goodbye to you. Until then, blah 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 blah.